Hello, happy Saturday, everyone. I just happened to be back in Canada. I will share some stuff on that in my Instagram feed soon, just processing all of it. But I'm here in my Indonesian Bali robe that I got there. And so I am hunkering down right now, trying to stay warm. So, I want to talk about this thing that we do in our business. And one of the first things that I want to bring up is the language that we use. And I want to talk to you about the difference between a builder, a sharer, and a customer. And not for you, because I'm assuming if you're in this group that you are a builder. And if that's not true, then you'll understand maybe we need to redefine what you're doing for yourself, for your team, because if you can't define it for yourself, then you for sure cannot define it for your team. And if you can't define it for your team, then maybe you get a little confused about what you yourself is doing. So I'm going to just bring up a few different ways that I like to use to define a builder, a sharer, and a customer. And this is not all, you know, inclusive here. There's so much more to what it means to do these things. But I'm going to add a fourth one, and it's called being a leader. And that's a whole other bag of tricks that you will not be able to rise past silver without being. And so you can hit gold, you can hit platinum, but you will drop to silver if you are not leading. And so we'll talk about that a little bit. And maybe I'll just change the title of it. But so first, let's talk about the difference between a builder, a sharer, and a customer. So if you are not teaching classes every week, then you are not a builder. If you are not teaching classes one-on-ones, you can do a one-on-ones, that's fine. But if you are not teaching classes or one-on-ones on a regular basis, you are not a builder, you're a sharer. And that, I mean, that's about as easy as I want to take it in today's video. Maybe if we want to go deeper into that, we can. Maybe if you have questions, write them down here. But the difference between a builder and a sharer is huge. And a lot of people come into this business and they say, oh, I have a new builder. And I want to ask, and I sometimes do, and I just got off the phone with a brilliant builder who is leaning into her leadership. And she's like, yeah, I have a new builder. And I said, okay, what has she done? And she's like, well, she hasn't done anything yet. And I said, well, then you are not, if we don't redefine what we're saying about who we're inviting into this business, then we can get confused and we can think we're doing leadership when we're actually not. And what I mean by that is that we have people who have potential. And who in the room are all the people, raise your hand, give me a thumbs up, who love those people who have so much potential, and you see the potential in them, and then you're like, but they're not doing anything, but I see how powerful they are and who they can be. That was me too for a long time. I saw the potential in everyone. And just let me share with you, this is a business. You are an entrepreneur and you can see the potential out of everybody in the world, but yet not actually be a builder yourself. You may not actually be a leader yourself. Just because you see the potential in somebody doesn't make them a builder. Okay? Got a thumbs up, so I know you're out there. So yeah, a few thumbs up. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Because I did it too. I still sometimes fall into that because people who are, hey Beverly, people who are in this place of nurturing, you know, and we attract a lot of women in this business. And so of course we have a lot of nurturers and we want to nurture people. But we have to be careful about this part. So again, if they're not teaching and enrolling, they're not building, and then somebody will be like, oh, I have a builder, and I would ask, when did they last teach their class? And they said, well, you know, maybe like a month ago. And I'm like, well, then they're no longer a builder. They were a builder last month, but they turned into a customer this month. And so again, if we don't change the language, we will be disillusioned to believe we're doing doTERRA, the business side, when we're not. We will be disillusioned to believe we're doing this as a business, to believe that we're advancing in our business when we're actually not. And so we have to be honest about the language that we're choosing. So a business builder, again, cannot be more clear, cannot be more simple. They are building. They are teaching and enrolling on a regular basis. 2 keywords, regular basis. Okay? So I've had some people take a break, and then I'm like, okay, you're taking a break. So now you've went from builder to customer. You are no longer a builder this month. So can we talk about that, right? I see a lot of this happening in our business, and this is why a lot of people are succeeding and a lot of people aren't. Because those who are succeeding don't take time off in their business. When they do, they become customers. That's okay. You want to be a customer? Be a customer. You've got some time that you need off, then you've just went from a builder to a customer. You are no longer building your team this month. And again, you may have a great reason for that, but call it for what it is. Okay, call it for what it is out of love. I tell you, you are not a builder this month in February if you don't have one class or one-on-one on the books that you're teaching somebody. So a customer, let's talk about what a customer is. A customer is somebody who loves the product, who uses the product, and can even have intention of wanting to build or wanting to share, but don't, that you're a customer. You can have all the great intentions of the world, but you are still a customer if you're not doing anything with that intention. Make sense? You are a sharer if you love the product. Don't even have to love it. In fact, you could hate the product, but still somebody can come and say, I have a headache, and you can say, well, I know some people are using peppermint for headaches. That makes you a sharer. Maybe not a very good one. But if you want to talk about just like the basics of what that means, you don't have to do anything. If you are sitting there and you are posting on your wall about your products, you are a sharer. That does not make you a business builder. What does that mean, Donna? So a business builder takes somebody from inspiration to action. Because if they're not enrolling, then you are not actually, you might be sharing the product, but let me back up a bit. A sharer is somebody who also gets enrollments, but it's usually random. So they're sharing on Instagram, might even be intentional sharing, right? I hope, I'm going to share this personal thing that I have a headache, and, I want to share with you what happened to me. You are a sharer. A builder doesn't just post that on their Instagram, on their Facebook, on whatever it is that you want to talk on social media or in the community. That is a random sharer, not a builder. A builder is intentional. And a sharer is somebody who gets the odd enrollment because they got inspired by a post that they had. Or, oh, how did you do that? Oh, well, let me send you to my website. And so they send people to do their own work on their website. They're not following up. Maybe they are, but do you see the difference between a sharer and a builder? A builder is somebody who wants to grow their business by intentionally bringing customers and sharers and builders into the fold. And the reason why this language is so important, because I'm feeling the energy of people saying, Donna, I don't agree with you. I'm feeling the energy from you right now. And so who's out there who's like, wait a minute, Donna, you just triggered something in me. So let me just lean into that for a second. The reason why randomly posting things and randomly talking about how much you love essential oils is not you building is because of the word intention. And not just intention to help people, but intention to build the business, right? You have to have intention of building the business. And if you're not having the intention of building, then that does not make you a builder. Can I get like an amen or yes, I hear you, Donna, so that I know that we're on the right track together, because this has to resonate with you. Language is so important, because I don't want you, as all of you who are builders here, because this is a builder page, and you go down to sharing with somebody and you have a team of people who are doing that, who are just like randomly sharing because they feel like it every so often when they get inspiration and they put it on social media, and then they're not actually teaching and educating, you know, you're going to be sadly like misunderstood, and you're going to miss what this business is about, and the beauty and the love for building that the business has for you. And so, do you see the difference between a sharer and a builder? Okay, just feel that out a little bit, because I don't want you to build a community of customers and build a community of sharers and think that you're having builders and wondering why your business isn't growing, why it's not building upon itself. It's because of this language barrier, and language is so important. We teach people how to treat us in our business. So let's move on to that part, because this is important. I had a great encounter with a beautiful woman down in Puerto Vallarta. And one of the people that she happened to meet, her name is Gwen. Some of you know and love her. She's a beautiful, brilliant energy queen of the universe. I mean, I just adore this woman. She is a goddess extraordinaire. One of the things that she had in her past was this phrase, and I'm just going to share it with you. And the phrase is, and in her world, and in talking to this beautiful woman, it was in regards to it being in a relationship that was not healthy, right? And one of the things that Gwen had said was, she said, what's interesting about us and what's powerful is that we get to teach people how to treat us. I'm going to repeat that. We get to teach people how to treat us. And her thing was in regards to a relationship, and what was really what spoke to me in that moment was exactly where we were in the moment. And then today it hit me, oh my goodness, we get to teach people how to treat us as business partners. And so here's the questions that I want you to ask yourself. And I hope you have a pen and paper. And if you don't, that's okay. Listen to this part back. How much time are we in? Just figure out what time we're at here. But number one of the questions that I ask people in their business is, who are we attracting? Okay, so who are you attracting in your business? And you've heard me talk about this lots, right? Like, who are you attracting in your business that becomes a pattern? So the second question is there a pattern? Okay, who are we attracting? Is there a pattern? And some people who come to me and say, you know, Donna, I don't have any of this, and this. We go back to the defining role of, are you all about finding the potential in people? I love that about you, if that's you, right? It's beautiful, and I love that. Secondly, you know, when we're attracting people, can we be honest with the language that you're choosing? Because when somebody comes in and says, I want to build, that doesn't make them a builder. And I've heard this, oh, I just found a new builder. Oh, well, what are they doing? Well, nothing yet. Oh, so you found a customer who has intention to become a builder. Well, okay, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. I love that. That's exciting. But let's be excited about the right things, shall we? Let's be excited about the truth of what we're doing. Because if we go around saying, oh, I found this builder, we will think that we're doing something that we're not. We will think that we're building something that we actually aren't building, and we get excited about something that actually isn't happening. But what is happening is that you found a potential. Let's use that word, and let's use it wisely, with excitement. You found somebody who wants to do this as a business, amazing. But do you know how many, probably over 100 people have told me they want to do this as a business, and they haven't taught one class and they haven't enrolled one person, right? Some of them turn into sharers and they enroll people, but that doesn't make them a builder. There's a huge difference there. So who are you attracting? Is it a bunch of potentials? Beautiful. Let's celebrate that. But is it a potential? Is there a pattern? Are you enrolling people? Are none of them excited about doing this as a business? Are you just attracting customers? Are you just attracting sharers? Are you just attracting potentials? You know, is there a pattern? Number 3 is, how are we teaching them how to treat us as a partner, right? Because if we have this role to play as a builder ourselves, and again, I'll talk about the difference between a builder and a leader, and I'm just gonna write that down too so that I don't miss that. We have a little guest in our midst, walking back and forth. Builder versus leader. Let me just write that down so I don't forget. So how are we teaching them? Stosh, you're distracting me. Stop it. How are we teaching them how to treat us as a partner? What language are we giving them as to what this is? And one of the most exciting things that I came across recently in the last like 6 months is a launch date. You know, yeah, great. You want to be a builder. That's exciting. I go through the build guide with them, and then I say, let's do the launch to elite. And I got people laughing at my son. Stop it, you're distracting me. I get distracted like with the snow outside, okay? Like, never mind this walking back and forth business. Now, where was I? Versus, oh, how are we teaching them how to teach us as a partner? I go through the build guide, but that same day, I think it's too overwhelming to go through the launch date, but I ask them, when is your launch date? So remember these keywords. What is your launch date? So after the build guide is done, and everybody, don't recreate the wheel. Just if you have a potential builder, make an appointment to go through the build guide. You don't have to vomit all over them every time they say, oh, I want to be a builder. Oh, well, this is what you have to do, because you will overwhelm them. You have to go through things one at a time. I can't tell you how many people I've overwhelmed. Oh, well, now you got to do 4 classes in the first month, because then it's going to help you hit elite, and you got to do 20 classes, and then you got to do this, and this. And I overwhelm them, and they're like, they will go from being excited to like, holy shite, like I don't know about this. Like, some people need to go fast, but some people need to go slow. And some people who tell me they want to go fast, this is what I do. I now say, okay, first step is let's teach you what this is. I do it very fast within the first 2 days. And then I say, okay, now when's your launch date? And a launch date is when they do their first class, or when they invite somebody to host their first class. Because I always love, you know, the first class is fine for them to host, but after that, it's find people who will host classes that I will help come and teach with you, so that you can see a class live. And I show up and I teach that class. So this is their launch date. And when they have a launch date, they're like, great. And you have to train your people, because people who are employees at McDonald's need to be trained. So are you training your people? So now, do you see how we're getting into leadership now? This is leadership we're talking about. And the difference between a customer share builder and a leader is someone who does the training, does the follow-up, puts their arm around people, finds them where they're at, finds out whether they're truly a customer share or builder, and meets them where they're at, is excited for them no matter what, has no expectations on them. I've had to do a lot of apologizing lately, because I've had a lot of and this might be a whole other conversation, but long story short, because I had expectations later on with certain people. Certain people I had no expectations. Other people had lots of expectations, and it didn't do them any service. It was an awful thing for me to have on them. When I invite a partner into my midst, I don't have expectations on them, because this is different than a regular business. What I have is an expectation on me to serve them 100%. You want to succeed in this business, you guys? You serve 6 people with all of your heart who also want to do this as a business and lead people. You serve 6 leaders, not 6 customers, not 6 sharers, not even 6 builders. They will turn into leaders, hopefully, but 6 people who have that intention. And you will become a millionaire in this business, who serves multiple people, who serves over 1 million people, you know? And then some. Who wants that? Who wants, the more you serve people where they're at, not where you want to be next month, not what rank you want to be, but you serve them where they want to be, what rank they want to be. If you serve them in their rank, you will succeed in this business. The minute I try to serve people and bring them to my rank, I stop serving them. And it's going to do nobody any favors. And I ask and beg you to redefine what you're doing and what you're asking of people. Reevaluate how you're asking people to show up. What's the word the language that I chose for question number 3? It is, how are we teaching them how to treat us as a partner? Treat them how you want to be treated. I love when people ask me challenging questions. So I'll ask people challenging questions, but without expectation. And I have to lean in deep, because at one point I'm like, no, wait a minute. They just wanted to, oh gosh, this is a whole other conversation, but I'm going to say it anyways, because there's a reason for it. Somebody needs to hear this. I would be like, but I'm only doing and telling you and challenging you because you're the one who told me that you want this. So I'm just challenging you for where you want to be. And it would be like under this guise of false pretenses of what I really wanted, because at the end of the day, I'm like, well, you want this. And I know that's actually going to help me with my rank. But you're the one who said that you wanted that rank to begin with. So I'm just challenging you to what you said you wanted to do. I can't tell you how many times I did that. I'm apologizing so much for that, you guys, because at the end of the day, that's not what they want from us. They already feel guilt and shame for not being at the rank that they want. They already feel guilt and shame that there's not enough enrollments, that they're seeing somebody have 30 and they have none, that people are showing up to these classes and they're not. And I'm sitting here telling them what to do and how to do it. The best thing I can do is serve them where they're at, which is, oh, you're not getting people at your team, at your classes. What do you want? You know, if you want that, I'm not going to say, if you want it, then you're going to do this, 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 and this. I'm going to say, if you want that and it's not happening, tell me where you're at. How you doing? Let me see it. Share with me the journey that you're on. And then let me celebrate what you did do well and dig that out of them and take that from their hearts and help that strength rise. Forget what they didn't do. Because you focusing on what they didn't do and what they have to do better in that regard is only making them feel more shame, more guilt, more bad about themselves. Find what they are doing well and capitalize on that beauty, that strength in them. That's how we lead people, okay? I know that a lot of people who are wanting to move from builder to leader are reading the book from Brené Brown called Dare to Lead. I haven't read it, so I can't speak into it, but if any of you have read it, let me know how it's going. I think that's going to be my next book. And I guess the fourth is, how are we treating people, how to treat their own business. And the way that we do that is by just showing up for them. So at the end of the day, our job is to have as many customers as we possibly can and invite beautiful people to do the same, because we have a responsibility to serve the world. And doTERRA has lit up so many people in so many different ways. And let's do the right thing and then duplicate that. I love you guys, and I hope this served you today on this beautiful, snowy Saturday. And I just realized that I didn't scroll down and I'm missing all of these things. So making sure that there's no questions that I'm missing. Oh, baby, you're so sweet. I just joined doTERRA to help others like it helped me, health and spiritual wise. So this holds so true to me. If it was about the money, then that's when we see the pressure tactics. Yes, another book club, please. I got to read the book first, Nadia, maybe. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I'd like to think if I'm going to lead a book club that I've actually read it first, in case the book sucks and I'm doing this book launch. But thank you for joining me on this Saturday where I'm still in my robe and missing Bali, missing Puerto Vallarta, missing Hawaii. But stay tuned, you guys. I so love you, and I so thank you for showing up today. Who needed to hear this? I needed to say it, so love you. Bye.